Hey guys, it's Lexi. I feel like at this point in the game, you're pretty much out of the summer mode. Like, I'm wearing leather. I'm definitely not dressed for summer. You're back in the swing of things for school. I had like an awful second half of junior year, just like personal life and everything. It was just horrible. Some other stuff was just carried into the beginning half of this year, or the beginning half of this semester. And recently, I've just gotten a lot less overwhelmed. The first thing you can do is clean your room. I'm like 98% sure I'm not the only one who's like this, but I feel like my room is a pretty good reflection of what's going on in my brain. If my room is really messy and disorganized, more often than not, I am too at that point. And if my room's put together, I'd like to say I'm pretty put together too. And I think they work both in the fact that it's a reflection, but also when my clothes are all on the floor and I like have to step over things, like that's just another obstacle to tackle. I mean, I know it's nothing big. So just pick stuff up off the floor if that's your only problem. Like, pick the clothes up, put them in the hamper. I don't do this, but my friends do. And like, you just have tissues or like makeup, or like, I don't even know what they'd be, or like makeup remover wipes just on your counter. Just like throw those out. Try to pick up any clutter. Get rid of stuff that you don't need. Just getting rid of stuff feels so good. I'm a pack rat too, so I definitely have, I'd say like once every month or so, I like to go through certain parts of my room. Do you ever have like those nights, like you just start taking everything apart, like going through your drawers and your shelves and like taking everything off and like going through and throwing stuff away, and just maybe just me, don't say it's just me. I don't think it's just me. I do that. Last night I was feeling like super disorganized. I was like, you know what, I just need to like clean my room and like get everything done. I just feel like I'll feel better, and I definitely feel a lot better now. Like I've had a good day. And I think that's because everything is really clean and organized in here. It's really nice. It's really great. When people are overwhelmed, it's generally because they have a lot going on right now, or they have a lot coming up and it's freaking them out. So don't get behind. That stresses people out more than anything, and that's usually when you get overwhelmed, is when you get off track. Because when you have a lot going on, you need to focus. It's so incredibly important not to be behind. It sucks, but kind of sacrifice a social night and just do all the work you're behind on. Whether it has to do with college applications, or you turn in an assignment and it was late, sit down and just try to get it done best you can. Most teenagers are huge procrastinators, and like even adults too. It's not something you can just grow out of. I wish it was. That'd be nice. Just like one day you woke up and you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna do my work. Like, it wasn't a conscious effort. So in that case, make a list. Make a list of everything you need to do. Or like a mental list. You don't have to physically do it, although I do, because I like the satisfaction of crossing things out. But my dad will tackle the most difficult task first. But the thing is, he procrastinates that huge thing forever. And then when he finally like gets down to doing it, it takes him hours and hours and hours. And then after it's done, he just gets like all the little stuff done. Whereas my mom, her mental list, she does all the easy stuff first. If you're the type of person who has always just tried to accomplish the biggest task first, because you feel like after you get that done it's all like downhill from there, try to build up to that task. She will write down a list of even like the smallest things that really don't need to be written down. Even if it's something as simple like picking out clothes for tomorrow or something. You feel more accomplished if you have more done. Even if it's not the hardest stuff, it feels like you've gotten more done. So try that. Just trust me, when you get everything done that was supposed to be done a long time ago finally finished, the weight being lifted off your shoulder just feels like that much better, because it's been hanging on for so much longer. I saw this thing on, I can't remember if it was like a TED Talk or if I read it somewhere. Borderline could have been Twitter, I have no idea. If you have a cup of water and you hold on to it, it's not that heavy. You can hold on to it for a little bit. It doesn't bother you at all, like no problem. But the longer you have to hold that water, harder it gets, and it's such a hassle to have this water, and it's an inconvenience, and this really simple thing has now become such a burden. And that's how work is. Like, when you get stressed and you're behind, like, yeah, it might not be the biggest assignment, but the fact that you just had it holding on for so long sucks. Eliminating procrastination is key. It's something you really have to teach yourself, and if you haven't learned it now, like, try to learn it soon. I'm trying to. We can all try together. I am so guilty of waiting till not even the night before. I am the type of person to procrastinate to the morning, like the homeroom or the class before, and that's when I get it done. And it's bad, especially if our schedules changed up for the day and like our classes are at different times, because that happened to me today, but it worked out for the better. It was fine. but I can't, you know, rely on that. I've definitely had times though where I expect to be going to homeroom and I can just get all my homework done for that day in like the little 20-minute span of homeroom, and then I'll find out that we have an assembly in the morning, and that just like screws up my entire plan and it freaks me out. But if I had just gotten it done the night before when I was supposed to, it would be so much better. And so, you know, the way you view like showering, like I would feel gross if I didn't shower, kind of have that same mentality about schoolwork and other tasks that you have to accomplish. Like, think of it something that you absolutely have to do. Like, you would just feel awful if you didn't, because if you have that mindset, you're gonna follow through with it. You know those sleepovers that like everyone's going to sleep and you haven't brushed your teeth yet and you're like, I should just go to sleep, like it would be so nice, and they're like, no, I'll get up, I'll do it, I'll brush my teeth, and then you do it. How much better do you feel? That is the best example I can give you. If you're not behind and you have a lot coming up, try to get ahead. Any sort of assignment, even if it's something little like reading, you have to read 3 chapters by this date. Divide and conquer. Read like half a chapter, like 1 chapter, like if you have spare time that night, just do it. And here's where it gets hard. I cherish like spare moments so much. I find them so infrequently, and it's so rare when I feel like I have a spare moment that I just appreciate it to the fullest. And more often than not, if I have like a spare hour, I'll probably nap. But don't do that. Don't do that if you get stressed easily and you are overwhelmed. Try to get ahead, because there's nothing worse than feeling behind, but there's nothing better than being ahead of everyone else. It's not like you have an advantage initially, but after getting ahead, you do have this upper leg that no one else does, and it feels good. Like, everyone has the potential to get ahead, but very few people take the chance. On that note, I hope you all have a super fantastic, clear-minded day, and if you're stressed, I hope you can follow through with some of these tips. If you have better ones, comment them below. I'm about to go to a field hockey game, so I have to go like now. I know a lot of you guys have been following me on Twitter because I've been gone from YouTube, which I'll make it a video explaining why. So I have all my links in the description box, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video and talking to you over comments and all that good stuff. So, bye guys. I'm not a pack rat, okay? Maybe the first stage is denial, but let me just hear me out for a second. Okay, it's not that I think these items hold like sentimental value and I can't get rid of them. I feel guilty throwing them away because I see like all the potential with them. Like, that over there, I like this piece of tie-dye paper, and no, I don't need it right now, but I can't throw it away because I know someone's birthday is gonna come up and I'm gonna have to, like, I'll make him a card or something. I actually was gonna make my friend Kathy a card on that. I just haven't got around to it. See, like, maybe I should throw it away. But no, I don't want to, because it's really pretty and there's no point in throwing it away when I know that I'll have a time that I can use it. That's not being a pack rat. That is just reusing. It's like all part of recycling makes the world go round. So you just keep your stuff. Okay, don't do that. I'm contradicting my point. What I want to say is get rid of the stuff that you don't need. But in my opinion, I need that piece of paper. Let me just show you so you don't just think I'm like, it's really cool. Like, yo, be honest. Like, this is really cool. You wouldn't throw it away either. It's gonna make a sick birthday card. Or whatever I decide to do. Maybe I can make some sort of drawing on it and hang it in my room. See, like, so many possibilities. And my mom would be like, that's junk, throw it out. But whatever. That's a whole nother topic.